Hey everyone, Mary Czarnecki here. I'm super excited to welcome you to this week's episode of Sticky Note Marketing. This is my weekly show where I share actionable, outcomes-oriented tips to improve your marketing, make your marketing more effective, and bonus, it fits on the back of a sticky note because I believe in breaking things down that could potentially be super complicated and complex and making them simple and effective so that you can take action and implement this week, right? So we want to move our businesses forward. If this is your first time joining us on a Sticky Note Marketing show, I welcome you here. Feel free as you're jumping in live or watching the replay to drop a note. Let me know where you're watching from. I always love to know where people are located. But the point of this show, the reason I do this is because for the past 20 years, I have been working in marketing with big brands, small brands, local businesses, online businesses, and I am super passionate about helping entrepreneurs, business owners, and those trying to serve their audiences be more effective in their marketing so that you can actually create the impact and make the profits and grow the business that you actually are proud of and want to create in this world. So that's what I'm all about. So today's topic is one that I'm very passionate about and actually going to be traveling to California this weekend to present on, which is the power of listening and how you can actually use the power of listening to become irresistible to the people that you want to bring into your business and serve. So I'm going to be speaking this weekend down in Del Mar, California at the annual MobCon event, the first annual MobCon event. So if you are in the area of San Diego, I'd love to see you there live. Feel free to check out the link. There's the link in my bio if you want to check out tickets for MobCon, but I would love to see you there live. If you are not able to make it live, I'm going to drop up some of the golden nuggets that I'm going to be sharing with that audience with you here today. So here's the thing, the power of listening. You may be like, okay, yeah, Mary, what does that have to do with marketing? I know how to listen, right? Well, here's the thing. Most people think that listening is being quiet, making some eye contact maybe and a few well-timed mm-hms, but they're wrong. So the thing with silent listening is our brains move faster than the kind of information we can take in. So what happens is in those gaps between our brain catching up with what we're hearing or what people are saying is our brains fill those gaps in. Now, what does this mean for your business? So when you are a business owner, if you are speaking to your audience or you are engaging with a customer in a one-to-one sales conversation, if you are not specifically focused on listening to what they have to say, you might in your brain be skipping ahead to the pitch or the sale or how am I going to position my benefits, right? If you've ever felt that way when you've had a sales conversation, drop me an emoji down below. So you may be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I can solve that problem. Oh, this is how I'm going to pitch it, right? So you may be jumping ahead to the solution without really listening to what the core need is and what's the deeper insight below the need or want that your potential client or customer may be articulating to you. So this is not a problem that just small business owners or entrepreneurs fall into, right? This is a challenge that actually big brands bump into all the time, which is one of the reasons that big brands like Dole, Starbucks, LinkedIn bring me in to help train their marketing teams on topics just like this: customer-centric marketing, insights development, how to create connections, emotional connections with their ideal target audiences. So this is not just a small business topic, but it's relevant for businesses of all sizes. So what is the power of listening all about? So the reason that big brands spend thousands, millions, almost billions of dollars on market research, listening to their target audience, whether they're doing one-to-one kind of qualitative interviews and focus groups behind those one-way mirrors, or whether they're going out and running surveys and doing quantitative research to find out data points and information from their audiences. What they're hoping to do is find that data, find that information, which will give them an indication of where to dig for those deeper level pains, wants, desires, challenges, insights, right? That deeper level insight that is going to help them make an irresistible connection with what their target audience wants. Now, what's the key for you if you're a small business or a medium-sized business looking for that edge over your competition to stand out in a crowded marketplace and create that irresistible emotional connection with your target audience? It's about the power of listening. So I'll tell you a fun story. So I play this game a lot when I'm talking to big brands. I also do this a lot when I'm talking to my audience. I actually just put this question in my Facebook group, my private Facebook group this week. And the question I love asking people is usually a two-part question, but who do you serve and what problem do you solve? Now, listen very carefully. What problem do you solve? Not what benefit do you offer? What solution do you offer? What problem do you solve? And I'll tell you what, not just small businesses, not just entrepreneurs, but big brands answer with their solution first 9 times out of 10, right? We are conditioned to put ourselves out there in the best light when we're trying to sell and promote our business, especially when we're thinking in the marketing zone, right? Which is the zone that I live in. So here's the deal. When I ask you, what problem do you solve? I'm asking you to share with me, what is the pain that you will alleviate? What is the insight that you're tapping into for your target audience? Not what do you help them do? Where do you help them go? What do you help them get to? Now, I'm not trying to beat up on anyone in my group or any of the brands I've talked to that have answered this question with that, because obviously the answer that you're providing is essential to know, and having a clear, distinctive, unique value proposition and market dominating position where you're actually communicating what you offer in a compelling manner is key. And it's one of the things that I work with all of my clients on when we're working together. But here's the thing, if you haven't listened effectively and gotten to that deeper level insight, that want, that need, that desire, but then even deeper than wants and needs, that insight, that kind of deep penetrating fear, worry, desire, angst, whatever it is that's driving them to seek a solution, the solution that you are going to position yourself as the only logical solution for their problem. But whatever that is, unless you've listened effectively, you're not going to be able to create the most effective positioning for that solution that you're trying to create, that irresistible connection with your audience to. Does that make sense? So I would love to hear from you guys. If I asked you the question, what problem do you solve? Tell me down in the comments below. What problem do you solve? What is keeping your audience up at night? What's their bleeding neck issue? What's the thing that is making them wake up screaming at night? What is the thing that's driving them to look for a solution, the solution that you provide? So drop that down below. Now, here's another story for you guys. So you might think that, okay, this is really theoretical and it doesn't apply to anything I'm doing in my business this week, Mary. How is this going to actually put money in my bank account for my business this week? Well, here's the thing. If you haven't listened effectively, you might not know the biggest issue, and you might be creating products and services and offers that are basically addressing lower level or lower priority issues for your audience. So let me tell you a story. So I was working with one local business who was really focused on trying to provide landscaping services for high-end customers, right? And it was one of those things where they felt like they really wanted it to be exotic, and they thought that their ideal customer really cared about having all of their neighbors basically love their yard and talk about their yard and kind of be the fanciest yard on the block. And so they kept talking about the exotic inventory that they had and all of these unique different ways and cuts and things that they could do for their landscaping clients, because they were trying to go after this high-end clientele. And they thought that this kind of exotic, unique looking yard was what their audience wanted. And what they actually found was that people weren't really willing to pay for it. They would get customers now and then, but their lead generation really wasn't consistent. And what they found when they actually took a pause, went back and interviewed some of their past clients and actually got some informational interviews with people that looked like clients that they wanted to work with, and really asked them the questions about what does matter to you? What do you care about? What would make you feel great about your yard? They found that it wasn't about being exotic or about being super unique or different. They actually had very surprising values for this location in California. They actually were really caring about their water conservation issues. And so all of these exotic plants that they had been unique offer were actually turning away the exact people that they wanted to attract, because they were not necessarily sensitive to being water conscious. So what they found by taking a pause and actually listening to their audience was that the values that they had around what they were willing to pay a premium for, someone that was expert in creating a water sensitive landscape that was also extremely beautiful, that was the key to creating their market dominating position. So they wouldn't have found that out if they hadn't taken the time to actually listen effectively to their target audience and what was the highest level benefit that they wanted to deliver, right? So what was the most important thing that audience wanted from them or wanted from a solution provider. Okay, so hopefully that shows you how this can actually impact your bottom line. It's not just some fancy schmancy or theoretical idea about marketing is listening to your audience and doing this kind of market research. It actually can impact your bottom line because it's going to impact the message, the communication, and the products and offers and services that you're putting out to your market. So if this was valuable to you, I would love to continue the conversation over in our Facebook group. I will drop the link to our Facebook group down below. In the meantime, if you want a better handle on your audience insights, on figuring out how to get smarter about your audience, how to communicate better and more effectively to your audience, I invite you to check out the link above, which is my Audience Intelligence Accelerator program. So basically what I've done is in 3 quick modules, you can get this done in a weekend. I've downloaded my MBA brain into this program and given you the step-by-step formula for figuring out how to create that emotional connection, that irresistible, magnetizing kind of communication to your audience based on listening. So if that is of interest to you, if you want to basically tap into all the tricks that I shared with you today, check out that link above. It's the Audience Intelligence Accelerator, and it will get you kickstarted on your way. Like I said, downloaded my MBA brain and you can get it done in a weekend. So looking forward to continuing the conversation with you. If you want to continue the conversation in our group, I'll put that link below and I will see you over there. Cheers. Bye.